Hello folks, I am back with another firearms review, and if you saw the previous video regarding the P938 Legion, you know that this one was coming up, and it's regarding that I kind of got into the micro-sized pistols, which I'm just starting to get into because certain situations are dictating me to go with the micro-sized pistols just for now. Um, right, that what you see before you is nothing new. You heard about it before. It's the P365, and this one is in the regular slide top here uh, with the FDE bottom. Now these come in three different versions. You know, the regular black version. There's also another version. Um, I forget what they actually call it, but the NRA version. The NRA version is which is the National Rifle Association. It's an all FDE version of this firearm, and of course, you've seen the black version. You know about the SIG anti-snag ones with the different uh, rear sight, and of course, you've all heard about the XL. But just regarding this one, it is safety checked. So and here we go. So I won't mess up with my camera again. It's been acting funny lately. And it is safety checked. Yeah, there's focusing better now. Okay. Uh, right. It is a 9mm firearm. This particular one came with two 10-round magazines. There are 12 and 15-round magazines. And just to show you that, this is the 10-round. And of course, you see the 12-round that I have here and the 15-round magazine. I would just use this as a backup or a range tool right here. But that's your 15-round, and it works flawlessly. And it does have the X-ray sights, which is what one of SIG's Sauer signature sights, the X-ray three dot day night sights. The overall length is 5.8 inches. The width is 1.06 inches. The height is 4.3 inches. The barrel length is 3.1 inches. The weight is 17.8 ounces. The sight radius is 4.9 inches. The barrel material is made of carbon steel. If you read the box on some of these, on the box, there is a code on the back. Some of them are made, or it will say either R3 or whatnot. Like this says there's the R3, and then there's some of them that are not of carbon steel. The slide does have a nitron finish, and there is a stainless steel material. One of the things about this is we all know the regular P320, so they had to make a smaller version, which is the P365. It did have its growing pains, and we all know about that. And this is where Sauer has their problems with their quality control. This is what they consider their second gen or their second run, because the first several ones they did have the erratic primer strikes. There were some people that had malfunctions, but I'm happy to report I did not have these issues with this firearm, but I will keep you posted. But no, this did not have any of those problems as far as light primer strikes, no malfunctions or anything of that nature. The grip texture is pretty decent. I prefer this type of grip texture from 6 Hour or the X series, and rather than the original rounded series. I think this grip texture is very good. And what I like is that they do put the grip texture on their magazines, the same grip texture here on the magazine. So if you do have when you have your hand here, you have that grip texture extended. And let me see, this is I believe this is the 12 round magazine. And as you see extended, there's that grip texture that's right there. It shoots very well. Like I said, I had no malfunctions or anything of that nature. Uh, there are kits now that you can swap these out. A lot of you seen my videos where I take my P320s and swap out different modules. You can make this what you would call the P365 XL. They already have those out on their website. I won't do this with this firearm because this firearm is serving one purpose only, is to be a micro concealed, and for me to do other activities, either riding my motorcycle or anything of that nature. It is a very accurate firearm. You do have this rail here for any particular accessories that you want. That you want to put on there, but I don't know which accessories um, that would actually fit, what lights that would be compatible at this time. I don't know that. I do know on the Sig Sauer website they do have a couple light laser. I'm not sure if they're by Crimson Trace or whoever they use. They do have one like that, and they have one that you can already buy that has the light attached to it. Um, this is like I said, a very good firearm. It shoots very accurate. I had no problems, no malfunctions. And that seems to be the question that people tend to ask me about. It is pretty comparable in size to the P938, which I showed in the previous video. So you see they're pretty comparable in size. Matter of fact, I called the P38 the 365 before there was one. But I think what makes the P365 unique is because uh, the Glock 26 came out years ago, and the Glock 26 had this size firearm. It's a decent firearm. I had a Glock 27, which is the same thing, and it was thick and it was a little girthy. But SIG found a way to thinning up that girth and to get it into a carry package which is very comfortable. As you see here, if you look up in here, there's the undercut here it helps you to get high up into the grip there, which is a really decent undercut. Like I had mentioned before regarding the magazines, which made this firearm pretty unique. It started off with a base of 10 rounds and 12 rounds. And of course, you can use this other magazine here, which is the 15 round magazine. So it makes it pretty adaptable for certain situations. And that's what I think what makes this pretty unique, and especially in this what I consider a micro compact size. Uh, Other than that, I don't really have much else to say, but I'm just pretty much happy with it. I was on the fence on picking this up because of what happened previously. When people were, you saw the reviews, and people were having problems with SIG customer service. So I was a little bit on the fence about that. But however, I have no problems at this point. So let's go with some targets here. The first target is gauging my range here. This is going to be 7 yards at that point. I'm firing at a moderate pace. And like I said, the X-ray sights, the front sight is real easy to pick up. And on the second target, I moved this target pretty much a little further, and I was surprised that the group got tighter. I moved it out roughly 10 yards, and I'm really, really surprised that it tightened up like that. So maybe it was just me getting used to firing it and getting it to sight coordination. And the last target I just threw a bunch of rounds at this one. This one is anywhere from 10 to 13 yards. The further out, I think I stretched it to 15 because these are pretty much out, and these were down. And as you see that flyer over there, but I was playing around with the distance, so this can be anywhere from 7 to 13 to 15, and some of them were at a rapid pace. That's why you see it being a little ragged. My version of rapid pace, since we cannot do rapid fire, is more or less 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that pretty much type pace. It's not nothing crazy, but I was able to stay on target like I wanted to, and I was really pretty much impressed with this. So this is definitely going to go into the carry rotation, and I do, like I said, I'm normally not a fan of the micro-sized pistols, but for this time being, until further notice, I will be carrying in these. And that's all I pretty much have regarding this. So, folks, happy shooting, stay safe, #2A.